Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Hunters of Justice. I almost said unfortunate stories. This is not that. This is the other story. It's about trestwho. What is going with me? Trust is usually not joining us. It's not requested by him. It's requested by someone else. One of my who is watching option. But here we are, back at the Blood Wall and the Temple of the Blood. It's the Temple of Blood, right? Do they have another name for it?
As far as I can tell, you got the right of it.
So, we left off with one of the cultists sacrificing themselves for the glory of Trigon. And I believe that's not the only one who is gonna sacrifice themselves. But the Titans, most of the Titans are still coming towards this place, led by Raven herself. So let's see. Can Mr. Blood survive? Let's get some dark ability. Can be probably fine. Don't know what's gonna happen. It's in the dark. But it just makes a music. Once again. Check. Microphone still working? Okay, because I moved it. Let's continue where we left off. Zone hand forward. It can take to block the oncoming fire from one of the last remaining mercenary encampments. The metal pinged, and the bullet rebounded off of it. But Joe nearly stopped as he had rammed into the man's body. He flew back like a ragdoll, stepping against the storefront's brick wall, and slightly checking it. In the day, the criminal could do nothing, but futile raised his arm in an attempt to protect his head from Joe's sheer blow. His arm made contact with Scott's mortar shield first, a loud crack sounding as the blow broke the limb, followed by a thud as Joe slammed the helmet-covered hand. Why? What kind of helmet are they wearing? Are they wearing motorcycle helmet or mercenary helmet or army helmet? It doesn't specify.
Maybe his uniform, which I remember was the heaviest of them all. But I don't remember him putting it on before the Titan Tower was destroyed.
Oh wait, the opponent hit Joe's helmet. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought Joe's arm started on his helmet.
Okay.
The killer stopped over, and Joe quickly got the man before moving on. I mean, I don't think he's going anywhere with a broken limb. These bastards are going to pay, Joe thought as he engaged another gunman, throwing a rifle out of her hand and kicking her in the gut. But
They're gonna pay $19.95 a month plus shipping and handling.
Ha. It has to be 1999, it can be 20.
Yep.
When I tried to shoot him, he uncovered something he had seen both Pierre and Donna do, and threw his shield into the man's head, knocking him out. He quickly slammed the pommel of his sword into his first opponent, and calmly walked over to grab his shield again. Yeah, John, your shield is not made for that. They have a round shield. Most Pierre and Donna have round shield. like Captain America.
Also, kind of reminds me of the quote from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah,
This lightsaber is your life.
you don't throw it away. Yeah, a drone has a normal night shield. Those are not made for throwing. Oh, but I guess if you put two moveset on the flat end of it, you can make it into a little airplane and circle it. He didn't do that, but I can imagine that.
I remember too. One player in a short D&D session I joined in for a little while had a weapon idea that was awfully cool. You were this character was dual wielding two shields. With it had a bladed round edge around it. As those shields got chucked, it was going down a cable that was unwinding to slash opponents from a distance. Then the character yanked it back to go right back into the hand at the end of the round. So you can also use it for defending.
So it's almost
like
this shit,
it's
right?
like a bladed shield that was like a yo-yo.
Like this one.
I don't see the cable.
I mean, he doesn't need a cable. This guy doesn't need a cable.
Alright.
It's Doom guy, you know. He can throw it as strongly as much as he wants. But he can throw it, and it comes back, so...
Oh, Doom Guy, yeah. He kind of goes by...
Yeah, this is a new game.
Chuck Norris rules. Rule of cool.
Yeah. For the first few minutes, he and his friends have been systematically clearing the city of the blood rules. Whether they were simply hired mercenaries or diehard true believers of this ideology, he didn't care. What he did care about was that these people had turned the city into a hellhole, both literally and figuratively, almost turned Raven into a puppet of her demonic father, which almost got him and his friends killed. And who is Ruby's birthday? Yeah, they were planning to do that. The fact that they smuggled came into the city was only icing on the cake. But was the cake a lie? Then, he was saving the birth of his justified emotion from Mother Blood. He was the man ultimately responsible for everything that had befallen them in the past few weeks. No, it was Trigon, but he is the human that was responsible. Others were doing the same, possibly holding themselves back to those little blows, even now. She also white immobilized a group of criminals, building some machine guns with eyes. Lightning ties around together with warlords. More lost said Trigon than warlords. For some reason, the writer mistaken the two weapons. My sniper bombarded snipers from above. But they all was front and center, leading the charge against a heavy turret, destroying it, and then handily defeating the turret operator. I mean, wasn't defeating the turret operator enough? I guess not. Because some other could have taken their place. I don't know why they are not rushing to blood sample immediately. And why are not the watchtower coming down to harm them? Once again. In the city at least.
Well, I can think of maybe one reason. You pass them up, then they all have guns. Then they start firing at your back as you try to retreat from them. And this keeps on going all the way to the church.
I mean, since one that each one that had jetpack that can fly and can turn invisible. Wouldn't have been easier to just take that and fly to the church and then get off there and go to the boss immediately? No, that's too easy. It is literally the Lord of the Rings theory that
I was just thinking that. They should have thought that of the World of Rings.
yeah, there is a
What if
much
it's gonna
easier
die?
do. But once again, then if they just did that, there wouldn't have been a journey.
Have you ever seen the little clips how it should have ended?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Okay.
The thing about that was all for them was all, but the calm yet furious Haven. Sending powerful magical blast over the city, as she teleported herself from one group of criminals to the other. She was taking her magic to its absolute limit, both by her heightened and emotional state. Ironically, don't feel this outcome was what the Cold Blood wanted, just not nice towards them. He couldn't have but smile and understood.
Hold on. I kind of object to that first sentence. Calm and furious is the opposite.
No, have you seen Hunter x Hunter? To the end.
Yeah.
To the end.
No.
Then there is one at the end who is literally the calm yet furious. Because all of his powers was based on emotions. And we can also call all the barbarians, most of them, calm and furious. DM, I would like to rage.
I don't think you know what the word calm means then.
I mean, I can bring up someone who is calm yet furious. It's Dumbledore. Asking Harry Potter if he dropped his name into the Goblet of Fire. Once again, I'm making that up. It's still funny because I had the book first. But yeah, Calm Yet Furious is literally you are angry at somebody, but you are not letting it overwhelm your mind. That's what it means. If you can control who you are directing the fury against. Because I think if she was just furious, just raging, she would kill all of them.
I might have called that focused fury instead.
Yeah.
That's not calm, but instead it's rage that's highly directed and very measured.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense.
But with calm, you're meditating. That's the epitome of being.
I mean, she is meditating because she doesn't want Trigon to take over again. So she's just fusing the magic with fury.
Okay.
Another pair of she shows that directing his attention towards the nearby alleyway. Taking this, Joe ran towards the alley, where he found a tail of gunmen holding red hands like a young man, like a green light coat. Seeing him, one of the criminals forcibly grabbed the man as hostage and held a pistol to the side of his head. Not another stab, or you're going to see this man's brains across the pavement. Master tattled, and Joe stopped his attack. Ah, jokes on you! I'm closing my eyes, so I won't see. Let him go! Joe nudged his son, trying to assure that the hostage wouldn't be harmed, but the criminal shook his head. Drop the weapon, he ordered. John missing to his lip. On the gunman was when the gunman passed the barrel of his pistol further into the man's hand. He relented. More sound across the boat to the ground. And John held up his hand, showed that he was unarmed. No, John, you are not unarmed. You have 2 weapons. Or 4. If you count your legs as well. Compared to normal humans, I'm pretty sure that an overpowered punch is very much a weapon. From behind the helmet, the man smirked and threw the hostage towards John. You idiot. You gave up your only chance of survival. Who doesn't quote him? And the man stumbled. Seeing the man was still there. John quickly placed himself in front of the freed hostage. Against his face. And the criminals aimed their weapon at him. Sorry kid, nothing personal. Well, the criminals said, and they prepared to fire. I mean, if it's not personal, then why are you doing that? It is very much personal. I am with the blood team, and you are with the other team. You are trying to stop me, so it's personal for me to kill you. Just like that, as he prepared to dive both himself, the passenger stood safety. Only for his eyes to widen, I saw a woman with raven black hair and wearing a perfect clothes sitting up behind the man building a pipe. I mean, she was not sneaking, she was teleporting behind you. He saw a makeshift weapon and the back of one of the man's head, causing him to collapse. I mean, the back of your head is the most vulnerable spot. You can literally put someone in coma just by hitting someone there. This happened to many motion and martial artists before. Before the others could respond, he hit the next man in the guards with a pipe, following it up with an upward swing into his head. See? She is not using her magic directly on them.
Actually, I'm not sure who this is.
This is Raven.
No, it's not. I read ahead a little bit. It's not Raven.
I mean, then it must be Nona then.
And if it was Raven, she would use a far more effective tactic like her magic from a distance.
Then it
Plus, I'm not sure if you see her hair. It'd be covered by the hood.
I mean, you can kind of see her hair. I mean,
It's
no image
planet,
in
but
there now.
I still don't know who it is.
I mean, it must be Nona then, who is here.
Again, no. She'd be far more powerful than that. She wouldn't need the pipe. No, this is someone who's without training, a non-combatant that's still fighting back.
Who has black hair though? I mean, we will see.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You intern! The last remaining criminal shouted as he prepared to fire his weapon at her, only for John to tackle the man out of the way. Reaching the rifle from his hand, he punched the man's face rapidly, only stopping once he had slipped into a cushion. With heavy breath and his heart pounding, John stood up and turned to face the door. So, let me get my phone. Oh, it's right here. Because I might have a call at one point. Just to be sure that I have it right next to me. Also, the duo, there are 2 of them.
Yeah, I guess. I missed that too.
That's what that is. He said to the woman who was having the first hostage retreat. Likewise, he replied without much confidence, Ezra couldn't tell about mine. At the same time, he also found that this woman looked familiar. He squinted his eyes trying to find the connection, and found a similar report as mine. Wasn't Louis redhead?
You know what? It's been all kinds of colors throughout different mediums and movies.
That's why I didn't think of her. It's gonna be fun if it's not even her. The little matter for a daily man to newspaper about Emily on the link, and immediately Joe figured out who this woman was. You must be Louis Lane, she also suggested. And Louis nodded in confirmation. I mean, we can check.
But, okay, when you do, look for the cartoon in particular.
Oh yeah, it is definitely black. My bad. Yeah, but in some of the movies it was more brown and red.
Yeah, that was the vibe I was getting. It was someone who was brave but also untrained. And wielding makeshift weapons rather than something professionally
Also,
made for combat.
yeah, this is the one I remember. The OG comic Louis Lane, I love her.
You know, actually, it's red and black right there.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, this is the hair I was remembering. I mean, it's hair. You can paint it any color.
Well, if you told me reporter and blonde, I would have thought April O'Neil.
Huh? I mean, he had that as well. That's still Louis Lane. In a different medium.
That kind of looks like pink either or orange.
Yeah. So yeah, it's literally in different mediums. It went from orange, ginger, red, dark red, brown, and black as well. So she had all the colors of hair before. Not super blonde.
If you go on to the next paragraph, you'll find out why Jean said duo. But you might already stab a guess now that you established Lois.
I mean, Lois is here, then it must be someone else.
Well, someone has to hold. Well, someone has to hold the camera while she's doing the reporting, right?
Oh.
Unless it's a floating droid.
Oh yeah, then it must be Jimmy, right?
Yes. Well, rather likely. He's often partnered with her. And he definitely
now I see the name. Now I see the name.
He also definitely works for the same organization.
Louis Lane, the independent. This is man for the European, Jimmy Olsen. You must be right, nice. Louis declared, as she offers her hand to shake, which Joel quickly expires. Did I say it right? Expires, right? Expires.
Acquiesced.
Acquiesced. I always miss this one up. I know, I remember that I always miss this up. Oh.
Okay.
You know why? Because when someone says this is coming from my quiet. You heard of me? No.
Who hasn't heard of the Mighty Yogurt? Yogurt the Magnificent!
Yeah, who wasn't heard of the interviewer who goes into very dangerous places even though they have some makeup from the other side.
I understand Jean's surprise because he's new to the scene, but Lois is very professional investigator.
I mean, she was literally telling some hot topic right now when she was interviewing Blood.
Oh yeah, that proves that she was in the city.
Yeah. I've heard of all of you, actually. Jim and I were on the scene in Metropolis when the moon tomb that you guys arrived in opened up. I was promised an interview with you guys then for the silence of mine.
Well, now's a bad time.
And they literally had to hush that who came here, or if anyone came here. Is that why you came here? No. That and the chief had us to go to try and figure out what was going on. My blood involvement almost immediately. Any comment on that? No. Just look around. Don't you think that all of the blood little cult is going havoc?
Yeah, what if they were all shouting, "I work for Brother Blood," and then whisper in a breath, allegedly?
Suddenly. I mean, no, if they knew who was in the black code, they would have apprehended them already. And once again, it was just a religion, per se. They couldn't do anything at that point. And I do believe that some of them are actually just normal, very much just believe in Trigon, but not actively acting upon what they want.
I gotta say, I did not expect this encounter. I thought the story would go straight for
Yeah, I thought as well.
Bowser's castle, you know?
Yeah, so, Father, they are coming here, but they are taking a little, and they are even taking an interview before coming here.
What? And he turns on the television.
Yeah. Jonathan, finding that he was liking Miss Lane. Yeah, this was Mother Blood. The maniac tried to have Trigon take over her red money, and we managed to stop him. No, you didn't stop him, you stopped Trigon. I see. Louis said, actually took out a notepad and was jotting down a few notes. A plan on her face. She wrote down. Yes, it was him. He would only see the headline now. As smart as she realized that what she would be able to do with the story of this caliber. Then she found that there was something missing, and turned to the only major source she currently had.
My impression of Miss Lane is she's actually at her strongest outside of combat, particularly in investigative mode. Find out the secrets that the villains are hiding.
Give me a second, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, just a second. Just a second. I'm here.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything else? Yes. Knowing that his time was short before the right knight has to roll back into battle. Anything that can help us take him and his cool down, the better. I mean, once again, look around. But once again, this is still not proof enough that it was blood that made them attack. You stood for a moment, Tom between answering a question and enjoying his friend. A thought that fell into mine, and he nodded. I do, actually. Can't delve into more right now, but I can confirm that Mother Blood has given smile electricity. No, he has him smile electricity. But they don't know yet. Wait, you mean those creatures and I met the police? I thought they were all dead. Even all that end. Look, again, it's surprised. Lucy's mind, meanwhile, is a little bit of news. The blood has smuggled games into Jump City, and it's supposed to be impossible. The only game that arrived on Earth was destroyed by the Justice League. Yet, the fact they were around meant that some got made. Not really. The term smuggling, so yeah. Oh, I thought that was a mistake and putting no last time, but it was my mouse over the S.
I've made that mistake a few times too.
So that is someone not only managed to get a few, but they someone managed to manufacture and ship them to prospective buyers. So, song page? Sure. Why not? Slowly, and more pieces of a potential story fell into place, Lucy's mind grew and grew until she was relatively beaming.
Until her smile was three sizes that day.
Hey, Matt, do you want to know how I got this card? I smiled, and I smiled, and I smiled until my smile was growing too much.
Until it grew beyond the reach of my face, and then it got really creepy.
Yep. It kind of unnerved Sean. Then she would smile and this news. But she didn't let that show. So then Jimmy's obviously so far speaking for most of them. Thank you, White Knight. That's been me all. Louis said as he came out now more nose into her head. Then turned to run into the nearest building. Come on, Jimmy. Let's use the vantage point up on the first floor.
You know something interesting you gotta keep in mind for a writer who's behind the story like this? You gotta keep track of the knowledge of each of the characters that's in the story and when they acquired that knowledge.
Yeah.
Like from now on, Lois has that knowledge, right? So even if the story doesn't put a front and center on this, what does she do with that knowledge after that? Very, very likely she's going to be reporting it. That's her job. And that at that point, the knowledge will be spreading a lot further.
I mean, they have a easier job because they don't have time travel. It will be harder to get track of when they acquired the information.
Kind of easy to guess what they've been up to ever since their interview with Brother Blood. That means they were in their city this whole time, including the time when it exploded in this giant riot. Well,
Yeah.
you can kind of guess, just knowing the characters, what they probably were doing during that time. I mean, probably not just defending themselves, but maybe doing some recording and interviewing too, and reporting.
I mean, I can imagine Louis being held at gunpoint and still interviewing the one that is holding her hostage. Why are you doing this? What was the point of doing all of this before kicking her in, kicking the
I just had this funny thought of the one that takes her hostage. I mean, let's go with the gun and combs his hair. Oh wait, hold on. Let's get my good side.
You arrested Louis, Jimmy responded as he ran behind her. The reporter disappeared from Joel's view, and they closed the door behind them. Illuminated to door for a few more moments. Then nodded and then back out of the seat. And then
Okay, hold on. Now that we established this door, they're indoors somewhere. Maybe they are in the church.
I mean,
Then notice they ran back out to the street.
yeah.
Yeah, they've been indoors this whole time in this conversation.
So this mother blood didn't let them leave, or they stayed overstayed their welcome. Because if Louis and Jimmy were snooping after they ended the interview, then they must get some more information that we don't know about.
I remember Jimmy actually has a watch that can send a subsonic sound to signal for Superman,
Ah.
which can apparently work through the vacuum of space.
Then once again, why didn't he know that once the fighting happened? Superman would have been easily cleaned up the whole thing in a second.
Yeah, it's a really good question. I'm busy doing
not,
something else, I guess. Maybe maybe Morgent.
Yeah, but don't you dare to say that. Oh no, they are not coming here because it is the Titan's city, and they are not interrupting.
Because that would be rude, right?
Yeah. None were moving up the last time out of the satellite, besieging Dome City. And overhead they saw helicopter dropships arrive with soldiers. One helicopter made its way to them, landing on the seas and allowing this complement of soldiers and to disembark. One man wearing the insignia US Army colonel on his combat uniform approached them. He also that the name flag was posted in his chest, and Nightwing suddenly got very apprehensive.
It suddenly occurred to me the mercenaries that they've been talking about this whole time. Some of them may be hired by the church, but that does not mean they're worshippers. They just might be paid personnel.
Yeah, that's why it's hard, because you can't tell who is with blood, who isn't.
Yeah, some of them might be paid by him, but not true converts.
Yeah. And as I said, there might be some comrades who are not even fighting.
That too, yeah.
For now, let me say it, and Colonel Flag noted at the vigilante. There was a hint of annoyance, but the army man didn't do anything further beyond directing his rifle in the direction of blood-cutting her. Why does this kind of remind me as if Commander reacted and the Doctor would meet? That would be the same reaction, right?
Yeah, likely.
Then they are annoyed at each other, but they are not enemies at the moment.
And there might be some mutual respect too.
Same here.
Yeah.
You are state out of control, he said, an armed soldier apprehending the mass line. You go and take Berlin. I'm pretty sure Amos had a better idea of killing the man.
I kind of disagree with. I kind of disagree with Nightwing's next statement. This could have been handled more tactfully. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think you're taking orders from you, Boo. Let me reply. He waved his hand around to order the attackers and Jones and White continue on. The crowd and got at Nightwing.
But the problem here is that was their plan anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, the flag was just telling him to do what Nightwing originally planned, except now it's better because these soldiers keeping everyone else out from reinforcing those that's already inside. So Flag's helping here, and Nightwing said screw you to that.
Yeah. And it was not an order, by the way. I would say.
Well,
Yes,
I guess you go and take blood in. You could consider that an order. It's not saying please or will you do it or.
for me it sounds like, yeah, we got the seat under control. You can go and take Berlin. I allow you to do it.
At least at this moment, I see them on the same team, so
Yeah,
don't need any hostility. I am not aware of their history, but from their attitude, I can kind of guess. It may be that Flag was not miffed at vigilantes because they're not exactly with the law or something like that.
yeah.
I can imagine if a stick up in the mud military man being strict like that.
I mean, they are not per se following the law by the book.
At this point, Flag might be begrudgingly tolerating because the law of the city is recognizing them as a useful authority
Yeah,
because they're specialists that can take on other superpowered criminals
I
in
mean,
case they ever show up.
they had the same problem in Gotham City with Batman.
Originally, yeah, it took a while for them to get used to each other. And it looks like in later years, Batman's organization just got more and more organized because he got more and more team members, and he started. It's almost like an organization rather than just an individual.
Yeah,
The Bat family.
I mean, it's always was a family with Alfred on the side.
Sure.
The man in the shadows.
I have a hard time excluding him from the team. But I understand what you mean.
I mean, it was so funny that no one could figure out. I mean, no, never. I mean, the Superman all knew who he was, but why couldn't they put two and two together? That Batman is rich, and there is one rich guy in the whole city. Who could it be?
I just get the feeling Alfred could fight decently well, like a ex-CIA agent or something like that. But besides that, he has a lot of knowledge too, and he seems to have a very tactical mind as well. His
Yeah.
advice helped throw out all kinds of problems throughout this series.
So yeah, it's even funny that I will say this, that Superman, this guy, is better than Batman. Even though all he does is take off his glasses, or takes on the glasses. Which is not true, because he takes it whole persona.
Yeah, there's something in the posture too, in the
Yeah.
attitude. Maybe the voice as well.
I don't think about the voice.
But there might
yeah.
be an accent or something.
Yeah.
When he's playing Superman, he's a lot more bold with his speeches.
He might put more power and merit in the voice. When
Whereas
he's Superman.
Clark tends to be pretty meek.
Yeah, no one would accuse the little dog on the corner to be Superman. Little pushover. Ain't that the problem? He accused. Yeah, I agree with you that Nightwing should just shut up and do his job. Before anyone could do anything else, Starfire gently flew over Nightwing and placed her hand in his shoulder. From my gesture, Nightwing pulled out his grappling gun and limped away, leaving the soldiers behind. Jones and White had all done the same, and they were all leaving the soldiers behind. Still, Joker's atmosphere that attracted attention was particularly focused on him. White. Yeah, they are new, obviously. The face partially covered by her mask told him he felt the same, and Joe suddenly was particularly grateful that he was able to find his helmet before they set out. Nightwing, you mind telling us what was that about? White pointedly asked.
While we keep walking?
No, they are flying.
Yeah, okay.
No, they are walking, obviously. White pointedly asked. and they continued making their way around the city. Tower of the cathedral was rising before them, so they were not at the cathedral yet. They were in a different building.
John was indoors somewhere. I guess maybe he left that building in order to go to down the street?
No, they went into a building where the enemies were being hostage.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe just consider it some department store with windows shattered and stuff like that.
Yeah? Only there was no one trying to shoot them. And Joe found the hand over the back of his neck during the operation.
I remember
Later,
this quote from the fourth Star Wars. The guns, they stopped. He remarks as he's going down this trench in Death Star. And that actually made them more tense because they were asking themselves, why did the gun stop?
why is gun? Later, as we replied, just know that Colonel Craig Jr. and the woman he works for are not our allies. They are neutral party, I assume. They are not enemies, but not our allies either. And I disagree. Right now, they are your allies. They might be temporary, but they are still allies. Your advice against exchanging glance. This in fact and not being clearly at history, but they didn't know who this told the woman they worked for. But I don't even know who Frank is. Then they understood that now one at a time to ask such questions. Let me actually see. If I see him, I might actually remember.
A character named Randall Flagg was a prominent villain in some of Stephen King's novels.
Rick Flag.
Perhaps you should add Junior to that. You should come up with some information. I don't think he's that obscure.
No, I have no idea who he is. He is probably in the comics, and it seems he even had his movie. That might be more shows, but can be seen. But yeah, I don't know him.
I wonder if he has any connection to Slade or Deathstroke.
Oh, I found one in the animated one. I might have seen him once, but that's all. I don't know anything about him.
If he has any connection to Deathstroke at all, I could see why Nightwing wouldn't like him.
Let me see.
Deathstroke was also a soldier. What if they was part of the same military unit one time?
He's an August project staff. I don't know what project staff is. I heard it before. Yeah, I'm maybe not reading up on that. There's a lot of things.
Alright. Well, if it's a lot, we could just put that to the side for now and continue with this story.
Yeah.
We'll stick a pin on that.
All we know that they are not alive. Then they understood now was not the time to ask such questions. Right now, they have to focus on the cathedral standing in front of them. Do the surprise and the operation. No of them in any movement. And decide no matter what is felt. Anyone else getting your horror movie vibe here? No less. Giving her C4 Stanley. This is the first time they actually call it a weapon. It is a Gladius, right? Isn't that? Yeah, that. Most of the people would call this a Gladius. Why that's so small? Yeah, it's a usually get thread. Team weapon defending. I started. Kelly, something is not right. Someone should have shot us by now. Do you wish to be shot?
Aw, darn, I wasn't shot today.
The fact that you think
Nobody likes
getting
me.
the fact that you getting shot you think getting shot is normal and a lot is your joke. And my face was glad at him. Hey, there is the shot. Oh,
Does my camera count?
just like you disappearing from a fight? Hey, I was rescuing and then talking to Louis Lane. Thought about game this morning. But I said, there's the shot. It's a different kind of shot, but it's shooting. Why is Luna little surprised at Joe's admission? He has figured that Joe was rescuing someone, more than someone being Louis Lane, and crossed her mind. I mean, not really. Yeah, she is at the second part of Joe's admission. But he includes her in on the scope, and done it. Luna did the same, and flashed the white eyes with a thumbs up. Oh, okay. I see the big picture now. The hostage was Jimmy. And Louis is not behind them. That's when the duo appeared. Good work, Robin boy, he used as your god. He knew that Sebastian that got the information from the first episode of the horror show. And his hopes of it dying were dashed. No, this is let's never die. You cannot do anything about that.
If I don't do something soon, I'll be called Rainbow Crash for the rest of my life.
And even if you do anything, it's gonna suck. Unless you find a worse nickname for yourself. So then I'm proud and looking back at the continuum. Despite the American. He pointed to it and unfolded the lasso. Let me check the doors. I'll be back in a second or two.
Okay.
And there are people shouting outside. That's all.
While you're gone, I was just check. I noticed on the Adventures of the TARDIS story, one of the chapters has 666 views.
Wow. And I'm gonna mess it up because I'm gonna be covered.
Well,
Oh,
that's the
wow.
number of views for the most viewed chapter, which is probably chapter 1. You're not gonna mess it up unless you go back to that.
Wow, this part is longer than I thought it would be. It's still going, still going, still going.
Nothing outlasts the Energizer.
Wait. I overshot my thing.
Do you remember any words that you can control find for?
I will find it in me
Maybe the word.
somewhat.
Maybe the word glyph.
No, I know what
Vomit boy, you're very
woman
close. It's
boy
right there.
again.
You're right there.
Oh, it's a rush.
Oh my god. You know, looking for your place through that means would make Jean groan.
Yep.
Okay, unfurls were last, so that's where you left off.
Yeah. We can get it from there. I mean, you can also use the front door. Why do you have to make it complicated all the time? You just go to the front door. He said, throwing her lasso overhead before throwing the loop toward the fire. There's a loop around, avoiding the door on the balcony. And she drew it tight. I could literally bring up Dr. Rufus first and find the platypus. Let me ask me one spot when he used the door. Every other time, he went to the window.
I did show you the clip with Doofenshmirtz going on Shark Tank, right?
You might not have.
Okay.
You will have something to do after the time.
Sure, I'll post in chat. I'll have to find it real quick. Okay, you can go ahead.
There's a room to add the pointed rock on the balcony, and she drew it tight. Testing it, she found that it could support her weight, and then began to quickly climb it at an impressive speed. I'm surprised that she didn't just pull herself up immediately. Following after the Amazon princess, that's being grappled onto her, by that point unable to move. Allow me! I said, as she followed the platform glyph underneath her, right a short street. When the platform began to move up, she saw someone for a moment, but the wife was able to catch him on the arm. Thanks! Leo said, and the wife helped him to stabilize him. No problem, she replied as she ate the amount of end metal ground in metallation and roller. She frowned, noting that her supplies were running low. But she shook her head and focused upward. The amount of head would have to make too. Returning the other heroes, that we like to pick the door. Look at the door with a quiet shake. The inside of the church was not silent, not to mention the unnerving. Oh, not to mention unnerving. Apparently, the six made their way across the wooden floor. Attic. Why suggesting that shot I had them display? The thought made sense, given how high I am they were. Reaching the damn floor, they found it and saw a ladder leading down to the other floor. Moving down it, they can escaping to the dark corridor. The kitchen wood making way for dark corridor away stonework. Well, I had to admit, the architecture was isolated, and the blood apparently had good taste in the core. However much it disturbed her. Beyond the unit appearance, she would say something twisted and dark permeating the structure, and she wanted nothing more than to get this explosion over me. Yeah, me too. He felt came across the dark wooden threshold, when he heard muffled chanting from within. Holding his finger up to his lips, grasping silently opened the door. and enter, with the others following one by one. They found themselves in the main chamber of the cathedral, getting much louder. None of them recognized the language being used, but all felt it was less disturbing and worked at the fundamental level. Once you get a better vantage point, then it's fairly scared at the walls. Encouraged voice echoed the wooden support beam on the top of the church's roof.
Hold on. It just occurred to me how decent of a stopping point this is because it changed scenery. How are you doing?
Not bad.
Do you want to continue before they venture further inside?
Let me actually, come here. Let me see how far we are.
Yeah, that's good. Did you grab that so you can just whip back real quick if you want to?
Yeah, that's still a lot. Yeah, we can stop here and intonate with the same day as adventure. We can continue and finish this.
I actually think that right there was a decent scene break because it kind of made a transition from, the streets to now they're inside the church. So the adventure continues in a different mode here.
You know what's funny?
What?
We are having once again a crossover between the two. Sorry.
Yeah, we get that a lot. What's it this time?
They are hearing a chant, and they are going towards it, and then they will see some lawyers looking over a roaming creature that is holding an omelette above their hand. You see where this is going, right?
Oh yeah. When
Is
Durin
that-
was exploring the temple.
Yeah. And it's gonna be the same thing, that if they don't stop this chanting, there's gonna be something bad happening.
Yeah, they really did have a similar goal, trying to bring back some dark god.
Yeah, I thought
In
this
both
whole
cases.
part would have been like 50 minutes, but no. It's over 1 hour already, and we are only halfway. This is longer than I thought. So yeah, in 2 days, we will have some action. Louis Lane took over the action part, so it was a little side quest.
It still counts. There was some action.
Yeah. But yeah, in 2 days, we are continuing.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for watching, and see you on Tuesday. At least for me it's today. I don't know, for you it's today as well. At least this one is on Tuesday. For you the other one is on Monday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we are ending right now. Bye bye! This could actually be a Batman, Disney.